I am from Chittagong, Bangladesh, Chattogram. I'd like to ask about the contributions so far of the whole Bengali people from the time period of the epic itihasas such as Ramayana and Mahabharata until the present day. It saddens me now to read about my own culture from so-called history textbooks referred to us in the school, where they speak very less about Bengal. So first of all, let's speak about the people of Bengal. So Bengal is a wonderful place. It's got this incredibly rich, wonderful history that dates back to the beginning of India itself, right? Bengal is not some separate place and the Bengalis are some separate people. It's never been that way, right? So we know where Bengal is. Do I have to put it in the map? Let's do it in case. All right, we know where Bengal is. Bengal has been partitioned into India and East Pakistan. That was then it's all went happened with the partition in the early 20th century by one of the English guys, Curzon was it, whoever it was. And then today we have Bangladesh and West Bengal, but this entire region was once called Vanga or Anga. So once we had the kingdom of Anga, which was ruled by the Kuru dynasty, the Anga Mahajanapada. And the people of this Mahajanapada, the great republic, were called the Angayas, right? And the Mahajanapada era dates back to the late Vedic era itself, right? The Vedic era is many thousands of years old. So we had the great Anga Mahajanapada, right? Then we had various kingdoms in this region, kingdoms like Suhma kingdom of the late Vedic period. We had the Pundra kingdom of the Mahabharata era, Pundra Vardhana, yeah, which lasted all the way to the Mauryan times. The infamous incident of King of Emperor Ashok ordering the execution of 18,000 Ajivikas happened in Pundra, right? Then obviously we have the Vanga kingdom, which is mentioned in the Mahabharata, in the Ramayana, in the Arthashastra of Chanakya as well. Yeah, so you can see the oldest period is the Vedic period. Then you have the Ramayana period. Then I would say the Mahajanapadas period. Then which would have included the Mahabharata more or less, and then we have the Mauryan era and the modern era, right? So the Vanga kingdom is mentioned in the Ramayana, in the Mahabharata, in the Arthashastra. The Anga kingdom is mentioned, was one of the great Mahajanapadas. So you can see how ancient the history is, right? So when you this region was from various in during various time periods part of the Mauryan Empire, part of the Gupta Empire. Then you had the great Gauda kingdom, right? Gauda kingdom from roughly from the 4th century AD to the middle of the 7th century AD. Yeah, the last king was the great King Shashank, who died in the middle of the 7th century AD or so. And then there was a period of about a century of complete anarchy and chaos. Matsya Nyaya, that's what it was called. And then you had the advent of the Pala Empire. The founder was Gopala the First, who was democratically elected by the people to put an end to the Matsya Nyaya, to the chaos and anarchy. And the people themselves elected this guy democratically as the king of the Vanga region, Gopal. And he was the founder of the Pala Empire from the middle of the 8th century AD. And it lasted for about maybe 400 years, roughly, that sort of thing. So that's the kind of history this region has had. It's always been the history of Bengal is intrinsically related to the entire history of the entirety of India. It dates back to the Vedic times, the Ramayana times, the Mahabharata times, the Mahajanapada era, the Mauryan era, the um, the Mauryan Empire, the Gupta Empire. Then you had all that. So it's a very rich, beautiful history. It historically was one of the most one of the most prosperous, one of the richest and fertile and abundant regions of India. Beautiful culture, excellent education. The great Vikramshila Mahavihar the great Vikramshila University is in Bengal. Its ruins are in Bengal. Everything is ruined now. Yeah, it's not in present day Bangladesh, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful history, very rich history. And then you had the destruction of Nalanda and the Turkic conquest of the region. Yeah, and then things go south. And today we have Bangladesh and West Bengal. And let's end it there.